Hey YouTube, Jake Kilroy back in the shop after an extended hiatus. Many thanks to those well-wishers and people that have dropped me notes. Everything's fine, just been busy as can be, traveling a lot for work, two school-age kids, oh my lord, I'm a chauffeur. My wife, of course, is getting mad that I said that because she's more of a chauffeur than I am. But I am back in the shop. Ready to make a fresh start, ready to start throwing down some videos, ready to start doing some projects, catching up on some old projects, and moving on towards this year's bash that I will be attending. As a way to start that off, got a new sticker. I've got, let's see, this will be my third A-bomb sticker that I've added here. The first sticker I ever had was this A-bomb sticker here, the old school, the very old school. So I'm going to be adding this one here. If I've got the room. I've got another one just like this, but this one's a little bit bigger. Cover that one out. There we go. Adding a new sticker to the chest is always a good thing. What else been going on? Just doing a lot of work on the building. I'm gonna have to do a whole video or series of videos to catch you up on what's going on with the shop here in terms of working on the building. Got a lot of big projects going on in the building, so I'll look for an upcoming video or a series of videos on just that, on some of the things I've had to deal with, some of the things like code and architectural review and historic foundations. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about that, trust me. Some other stuff that's going on before we get onto the project. I got a few things in here from Mr. James Green. I don't know if y'all that are on the machining Facebook groups and been around, probably familiar with James. But he does. One of the things that James does is a lot of sales of machining related tools and tooling, and he advertises on the Facebook group, the Machinist Tools for Sale Facebook group, a lot. And he had something listed up there the other day. It's been a while ago. James is probably going, my God, it's been a long time. And so make sure there's nothing else in there. I've thrown away some pretty nice stuff. This stuff was listed in there, and I'm going to have to do a little work here. Some V-blocks. And yet more V-blocks. You can pretty much rest assured James didn't send me that V-block looking like that. And that's my own fault for letting that sit in the box for 6 months. I don't know, been crazy. These will actually stare at 567s. 567s. That, interesting. If it was a stare at 567, somebody machined over it there and put their own personal name on there. Jerry Jerome. Interesting. Anyway, that's just a little something that James had listed at a very reasonable price. So I picked those up and added those to the collection. And probably gonna See about finding somebody with a surface grinder that can match those for me. Anybody volunteering out there? Want to match up 4 Starrett 567s for me? Just on one height, not all around. Anyway, so the project we're going to do this evening, as you probably saw in the title block, is a portion of the Tom Lipton's famous rod bender. I started this project ages ago, took a little bit of the video, stashed the video, lost a bunch of video, lost a SD card. That SD card right there, micro SD card, lost it. Y'all might remember a while back me complaining about it. It's probably been a year ago. 64 gig SD card, and I lost that thing. Had a bunch of video on it. I found it. So there you go. So as a combination of using the video that I had on the car, which is old, and the video, some new video that we've just shot, we're gonna get back on the project of Tom Lipton's rod bender. And I'll show you a piece just to get you started. This is what we'll be doing this evening. This is the main table. It's out of a chunk of 4 by 3/4 angle that I had a little chunk about that long sitting around. And so we will debark the top on the old shaper. That's always fun. No cheaper way to get rid of scale than on a shaper. We'll cut the front edge here, rough the front edge out, put a fine finish on the front edge here. We will cut the scallop where the boss goes for the actual handle here, the trunnion, I guess you could say, right here. And we will drill these 2 holes and tap these 2 holes for the fence. That'll be what we're going to do this evening, what we are going to do. And that'll be part 1. I'm thinking about slicing an inch off the bottom of this, the part that goes in the vise, just because it's heavy. You know, seeing this stuff, it's real heavy, so you don't need full inches to go in a vise. Anything will bend on this, so maybe cut an inch or inch and a half of this off just to save some weight. Might be nice. So we'll go from there. Glad to have you back. important project. What? So we've been descaling and cutting and doing a little finish cutting here, working on our big piece, the big table for the rod bender. And the next part to put in is the little scallop here at the corner that's going to allow for the welding on the boss for the handle. And it's an 1.5 inch, calls for an 1.5 inch diameter. So got an 1.5 inch diameter rougher in here. It's kind of my go-to, stays in the mill all the time type of cutter. I don't have a DRO in this machine, so what I did was I popped over here and just edged up and kissed this front edge to get 0 on my Y, and so that gives me, I need to go back half the, I need to go back radius plus 1/4. So it's a 1/4 inch in. So I'm going to crank the machine back up here. It's going to be real noisy for a little bit, but I just want to explain what I was doing. I'm going to push back to where my cutter's on center line. I'm going to go a further 1/4 inch. I'm going to kiss off to get 0 on this end. And then I'm going to go in, what the drawing shows you is 0.54 inches from the center of the cutter to this face, which if you do the math, the 3/4 of an inch, 0.21 inches in. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to kiss off, and then I'm just going to manually feed 0.21 inches in, straight in, and get this 1.5 inch radius. So doing it the old-fashioned way with dials and the like. So when I crank the machine back up, you won't be able to hear much. So here we go. I've already set my dial on the front, so I'm going to come forward 3/4 inch, half the width of the cutter. By the way, it's 1/4 inch a turn, so that was 1 turn. That's 2 turns. That's 3 turns. So that's half the distance plus another 1/4. 1 more turn. Alright, and this is kind of complicated because I need to come over and kiss this and pick up 0. So I'm going to slow the feed way the hell down because I can't see the dial from here. Alright. There you go. I'm going to have to go down to the table and set 0. Give me just a second. Alright, now I'm going to go back and hand feed it. Back in 0.21 inches. All right, there you go. Looks about right.